you find, Joe Jones. Let me just go down. Yes, Joe Jones. Let me scroll down. And let me enlarge this so you see. See, it says Joe Jones. So you go, find Joe Jones. This thing keeps bunching up on me here. I'm going to have to get used to this. Find Joe Jones, replace with your name. First and last name. Anna, what's your last name?
Hayes.
Okay. So watch how easy this is. First I'm going to go to the top of the document. That's always good to do. Control H. Find Joe Jones, lowercase, no space. Oh, Jones correctly. Lowercase, no space. Anna is a 2 N's?
Yes.
Hayes, Hayes?
Yes.
Replace with Hay. So, find Joe Jones. Replace with your name, no space. Click on Replace All. And remember all those 2 videos we saw, those other guys? Oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, and do this, and then you got to do that. Find Joe Jones. Replace with your name. Click Replace All. You're done. 1,046 ads. That's actually the number of ads in the entire document. 1,046, and you're literally done. All you have to do from this point forward is copy, paste, and post. It's a total no-brainer system. All right, and so now let me show you, and I'm live on Craigslist here. I've got to actually use my demo Word doc, which would be Emerald. Emerald, is that Emerald? Yeah, Emerald. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the rent-to-own ads. Oh, you know what I skipped? Now I got to go back to... There are 11 marketing campaigns. And let me just do this next slide, I think. Here we go. All right, I've given you 11 different marketing campaigns. 11 Craigslist, copy, paste, and post, marketing campaigns, and the index to quickly find each marketing campaign. This is in the Word doc, okay? 11 different campaigns, one for foreclosures, one for first-time buyers, another campaign for driving traffic to your new short sale REO website, one for relocation, luxury and upscale homes, commercial and residential investors, short sales, of course, it's a big, loan modifications, government tax credits. Now, that one that's expired. A couple of years ago, you remember the government was offering, I think it was an $8,000 tax credit for new first-time buyers, right? Okay, that's expired. But you know, with the government, they always bring back these little special goodies. So you still have a copy, paste, and post campaign for government tax credits whenever the state or federal government brings it back. Got one for listing book and another one for rentals and rent to own. That's already done for you. All those ads. There's over 1,000 ads, and this is what it looks like. Every time, let's go down to the last, or to the one with the for rent. Is it my first one, or is it my last one? Or is it not on this one? Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll take government tax credits, we don't want to do, let's see what we want to do, rentals. Okay, so we'll take rentals, because that's the one I'm at. I'm going to show you how we defeat the Craigslist fright. I'll leave it right there. And you enlarge. Okay. Now you see these paragraphs in fancy words. It's called HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. You don't have to know that. Ooh, Frank just gave us a fancy word. Do I have to know that? No. All it means, this is the language of the internet, HTML. Each one of these is an ad, a separate ad. Now I know I'm ahead of myself, but let me explain the anti-spamming stuff, at least at this point. One of the reasons why your ads get flagged, for those of you who have been serious users of Craigslist, have you found where Craigslist says, oops, you've already posted a similar ad? Can't do that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one of the features built in by Craigslist to prevent you from doing what I'm about to teach you. Now, naturally, we all know the value of Craigslist. It's free. We know that more home buyers and sellers visit those pages than the LA Times, Orange County Register, and Press Telegram combined. So naturally, being the good salespeople that we are, we'd like to get as many ads on Craigslist as possible. And every other agent here in this room would like to do the same thing. And every agent in your community would like to do the same thing. Craigslist knows that. So they've got built-in features to block you from doing that. I figured out how to get around that. And one of the ways to do that, and watch how, well, let me give you this. When you type in an ad in Craigslist, you're typing in text. This is a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $275,000, right? You're typing in text. Craigslist has these sophisticated computers system and algorithms which read, oh, he's used 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $275,000 bellflower before. Can't do that again. I completely get around it with this. If you look closely, and let me enlarge this for you. I just said to you, each one of these is a separate ad, didn't I? What I didn't say is that each one of those still looks like this, for rent. Same image, but with a different HTML code. Understand? Same image. When you scroll down this 250-page Word doc, you're going to say, oh yeah, I want to advertise for first-time buyers. And there's many different first-time buyer ads in there. And you're going to see many paragraphs, can be 10 to 20, just depends upon the campaign that I created. And under each campaign, you're going to see these, right? You say, well, why did Frank put so many of these? They all look the same. They are not the same. Look carefully. Tell me the difference, anybody, between this ad and this ad. Anybody? The numbers are different. Craigslist cannot read image ads because it's an image, it's a picture. It can be text, but not images. So when you copy and paste this one, which reads, the number is 90420, and this one is 90421, even though it's the same picture, hang on a second, even if it's the same picture, to Craigslist, it's a different ad. And you can get around. I'm glad the attorney's not here anymore. These are my secrets that I'm telling you guys on like a one-to-one, agent-to-agent basis, all right? Now, none of those other systems I showed you with those other two fellas have a clue about this. Because even though their system is good, the point is you can only do their ad once. If you try to do it multiple times, you get flagged by Craigslist. They don't tell you that, those other gentlemen. With my system, we get around it because, again, look at how many different HTML codes I've created for you. And all you have to do, and now let's actually do it, is copy, paste, and post. So I'll just grab any of these. Question.
If everybody uses the same thing, when Craigslist will take a number.
No. They don't, but this is HTML. It doesn't read it. So because it's an image ad. Now, the thing is, I still want, the reason I have so many different HTML codes, I want you to use the different codes. Don't use the same one over and over again. They can't read the image for rent. The answer is yes, they can read the individual file name or the code that makes it up. That's why I've created so many different HTML codes for you. So what you want to do, and your ads last 1 week on Craigslist before it expires. Just don't use the same code during that same week. Follow me? Simple enough? Is it getting warm in here or is it me?
Yeah, it's warm.
Can you turn up the air for me, please, right there in the corner? Yeah? Could you do that, dial? Right above you.
Where are we turning?
Turn it clockwise, please. All the way. Thank you. All right. So now let me show you how simple this is, guys. Copy, paste it. Most we all know how to do that. Highlight. Make sure you highlight. Oh, goodness. Either my ears are too big or too small for this. I don't know which. Hang on. Nicole, you'll have to work on this. And then, there you go. But you can see I get animated and excited. Okay, make sure you copy everything, including the brackets at the front and the back. So watch what I'm going to do. Control-C means copy. It's a shortcut. Now I'm going to go to Craigslist. I'm already live on Craigslist. Now, if you don't have a Craigslist account set up yet, see me and Nicole after the class. We'll help you set up an account. It only takes a couple minutes to do. You click on New Posting. Where do you want to post your ad? I'm going to post it in Los Angeles. And then it gives you this window. Most of you are very familiar with this. I'm choosing housing offered and real estate by broker. Actually, since this is rent, Since it's apartment housing for rent, I'm after the short sale lead, because if they know they're going to be evicted from a foreclosure or a short sale, they're also looking in the rental section on Craigslist, aren't they? So we want to capture leads from Craigslist through the rental section. And so now I'm going to click on apartments housing for rent. I'll just pick where we are right here, which is Long Beach. All right. And paste. Control V is paste. This is the big time saver. You do not have to put the rental amount. Don't put square footage. When in the other section, homes for sale, you don't have to put price. You don't have to put bedrooms, baths. You don't have to put location. Just copy and paste, as I've just done. You do need a title. How about get a list? Or how about put in this question? Would you like a list of rent-to-own homes? Question mark. Okay. Questions always are better for attention. I'll get into that in a minute. Now watch how cool this is. All I did was what? I was at the Word doc. After you did your Find Joe Jones replace with Anna Hayes, you're done. 1,000 ads are ready. You copy that, whatever of the 11 marketing campaigns you want to copy. You paste it into the posting description. You type, this is like less than 60 seconds, guys. Click continue. There's the image that your home buyers and home sellers would see on Craigslist. When they click on this, remember all the image ads are linked back to your reostu.com website. So now I'm the upside down seller. I see for rent. I see, would you like a list of rent-to-own homes? Yeah, I would. I click on it. And this is a slower. And their bingo connects immediately to your website. So you can say, here's the narrator. He comes on. Or do I have that muted here?
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Worried about foreclosure? No equity? Owe more than your home is worth? Don't know who to trust? Need to find a solution now?
So it instantly takes them to your website so you can capture that lead. And there's multiple ways. I don't want to spend the time now, but if you've looked at your website, you've seen they can text you, they can set up a call back from your website. I don't want to spend the time on that now. Invite Nicole in to give a presentation at your office. She'll get into all the details about the website at your office meeting. All right, but you see how, let me close that. You see how, one more close. You see how simple that is, guys? Copy, paste, and post. You were watching those other two guys who said, well, you want to do a series of keystrokes and create your own ad. Well, agents are never going to do that. I've already created all the ads for you. It's simple. And of course, you would complete your posting by clicking on continue and then the caption. But it's less than 60 seconds. You could put up 10 ads in less than 10 minutes. Now, before I get into a couple of more special hints about Craigslist, let me pause for a moment and answer any questions you guys have about Craigslist so far. Questions on anything so far? Mari.
For all those that signed, what's the success rate of getting leads on Craigslist?
That's a great question. Okay. The answer is, in fact, hold that. I'm going to answer it if I can just click a couple more links. What is that? Hospital care. HP Total Care. I don't even know what that is. I know I have an HP, and for some reason, get off my screen. I don't even know what you are. That is really weird. Okay, so hang on a second while HP Total Care. Maybe I hit a button. I didn't think I hit a button. Did it?
I think you hit a button on the bottom.
Yeah, oh wait, it's gone now. Fine. Okay. Mari's question was, what's the success rate? Okay, let me get into a couple of things to answer that. First of all, be aware of these anti-spam methods that Craigslist uses. They have account posting limits. They have Craigslist checks with your IP address. Duplicate content. We've already discussed it a second ago. Telephone verification. How many of you have found that you try to post an ad on Craigslist and says, well, give me your phone number to make sure it happens all the time? Confirm posting by clicking a link in your email. This was really important. Something that came up the last two classes I taught here. Some folks were thinking they were posting ads on Craigslist and then saying, hey, but my ads never showed up. It's called ghosting. Ghosting is the little nickname that we give it when an ad you think you posted never showed up. Well, that's because the agent didn't understand that Craigslist was asking you to confirm you're posting, you have to check the email address that you originally set up your Craigslist account with. And agents weren't doing that, and we're wondering, well, how come I'm not getting my ads up there? So these are the methods that Craigslist uses to block what I've just taught you. Okay? But we get around it. I just was ahead in my teaching. How do I get around the Craigslist anti-spam filters? How do I avoid getting my ads flagged by the method I just showed you? Plus, you need to do these important things. And then we'll answer your question about success rate. If you're doing these things, you will be successful with my system. Set up at least 3 Craigslist accounts. Now, all of you have a cell phone. Your significant other has a cell phone. Your kids, you can use their cell phones to set up an account on Craigslist. And you have a residence phone. All of you have at least 3 phones, I'll bet, that you can use to set up an account. Each cell phone or each phone number represents an account on Craigslist. Set up at least 3. Post no more than 5 ads. Post no more than 5 ads per account per day to avoid getting suspended, your account suspended. Now, having said that, let me give you a little example. I live near the beach. Sometimes I'm walking on the beach and there's a pier. I live in Redondo Beach. We have the Redondo Beach Pier. And I see fishermen and fisher ladies out there fishing. And I'm walking along and I see, the buckets to hold the fish. And I'm just leisurely walking around and I see most of the fishermen, fisherwomen, they have just a single fishing pole cast out over the pier into the ocean. One pole. And I'm looking at their buckets. I didn't see any fish there. No, they didn't catch any there. Then I see a couple of smart fishermen. Each of them had like 6 poles, telephone poles, fishing poles in the ocean. Each, they had 6. Have you seen that? Have you seen it? And I'm looking at their buckets, and the fish are practically, all to the top, jumping up. The more poles, moral of that story is, the more fisher poles that you have in the ocean, the more fish you're going to catch. Craigslist is also an ocean. It's an ocean of prospects. And the more polls you have, meaning the more ads you run. And that's part of my answer to your question. You run 1, 2, 3 ads, forget about it, don't even bother with the system. There are 100 ads on every page in Craigslist. We talk about all the sections have 100 ads. The real estate section in Los Angeles has approximately 3,000 ads per day. That's 100 ads per page. That's 30 pages. If you post an ad right now on Craigslist, and in a few minutes it'll generate to the very top, in less than about 45 minutes, you'd already be on page 2. Another 45 minutes, page 3, you know what I'm talking about. So if you're only going to fish with 1 pole, forget about it. But if you do what I'm suggesting, 3 accounts, minimum of 5 ads per account. And if you have 5 cell phones, great. Place 25 ads. It's copy, paste, and post, guys. This is seconds. If you're thinking every day, how do I generate business? What's the best way I can get home buyers and home sellers to contact me? There's nothing better, nothing cheaper than Craigslist. And with the system that I've devised for you guys, you can post 25, as many phones as you can get. Call your relatives, say, do you have a Craigslist account? Can I use your phone? You can set it. I have some of my members who have 20, 30 accounts, and they're posting 100 ads a day. And they are getting tons and tons of leads. So as many fisher poles as you can have, great. Use 10, now to avoid getting flagged, either by Craigslist or the Craigslist community. Use at least 10 of the 11 marketing campaigns I've given you. Now again, I've given you a campaign for foreclosures, first-time buyers, driving traffic to your new website, relocation, luxury and upscale homes, commercial and residential investors, short sales, loan modifications, government tax credits, listing, book and rentals, and rent to own. You might be thinking this. Well, Frank, you just told me to post ads from 10 of the 11 campaigns. Remember, the 11th has expired, government tax credits. But maybe you say, Frank, I don't do relocation. Yeah, but there's a million other agents out there who do. So you get a relocation lead, what are you going to do? You just refer it to the other agent and collect a 25% referral fee, right? The reason why I want you to use all the campaigns is so that you don't if you just put 50 foreclosure ads in Craigslist or 50 short sale ads, you're going to get spotted. Right. Craigslist community will flag you. So you got to be smart. Giving you lots and lots of different marketing campaigns. They're all going to link back to your short selling REO website. And it has your phone number and all the rest. So when they get there, there's ways to capture that lead. Use your different marketing campaigns. No more than 5 ads per day per account. Don't use all caps in the subject. Don't do that. Okay, because that'll get me more attention, Frank. Yeah, it'll get you more attention from the Craigslist community. You don't want that. They'll start flagging you. Don't use free in the subject. Free. I'll try to avoid. Get a list of. Okay? Try to avoid the word free. Okay? Don't. Craigslist also uses that as a way to flag you. That's built into their system. Because when the spammers were attacking Craigslist, and they were heavy duty a couple of years ago, it was free this, free that, free that, free that. And it's just a word. It's like a dirty word. It's a 4-letter word. Okay? Don't use the word free. Don't use special characters in the subject like $signs or asterisks. Don't use the same HTML ads. We were talking about that a moment ago. I've given you dozens within each picture ad. I've given you 10 to 20 different HTML codes. Use the different codes. So it gets back to your question, Mulani, if I'm saying it right. Muliani. Okay. I tried though. Use the different HTML codes. Now there's over 1,000 ads times all those different campaigns.
But
question.
Let's say you use that one and then every agent here uses.
Yeah, but the odds are, and I love that question. I used to teach FSBO telemarketing, and we had the same script for FSBOs and expireds. And I set a record with a group of about 30 agents. We prospected for 2 hours on the phone after I trained them how to use my script. We were at a title company that gave us a bank of phone lines so that every agent could have their own phone. And of course, one of the questions that came up always at my classes, Frank, what if we all use the same script? Won't the FSBO say, I just heard that? Or Frank, what if we all get the same appointment with the same FSBO? So I had multiple answers. My first answer, and I almost always taught for a particular company. Just for example, let's just say Century 21 ABC Realty. So I'd say to the group, okay, so here's 50 of you. And you make 200 appointments. And many of those appointments are the same for sale by owner. And one of you is going to list that for sale by owner, which means all of you can sell that house. It's just marketing power when you team up like that. And you all know what I'm talking about. As far as the ads, all of you guys are individual. You know, you're not all one company here today. The chances of any of you, hang on one second, honey. The chances of any of you posting the exact same ad at the exact same time. And again, Craigslist doesn't look for it would have to be so egregious. In other words, it would be like 50 of the same HTML code for the Craigslist system to respond. It just won't happen. Ronnie, go ahead.
I was going to say that the only competition you have is yourself. Because 80% of you today here, you're not going to do this.
That's it.
But for the 20% that do this, they want to reap the benefits of doing it. I promise you that.
It is. It's just the truth. All right, so now, subjects. Very important in Craigslist to have a good subject to grab the attention of buyers and sellers scrolling down those 100 ads. Use keywords. Now again, remember you have 10 usable marketing campaigns. So keywords in your subject should be something, if you're using the foreclosure campaign, obviously in the subject you're going to have words like foreclosure, REOs, distressed property, distressed homes. If you're doing the rent-to-own campaign, rent-to-own. First-time home buyer. In other words, use key, strong words will give you the best chance of getting click-throughs. Don't use the same subject over and over again. I've seen my members do that. Well, Frank, how come my ads are getting flagged? I said, well, using different subjects? Oh, nah. You know, I just kept saying, get a list of rent-to-own homes. You've got to change your subject. Make your subject, here's a tip, make your subject a question. Are you a first-time buyer? Would you like a list of rent-to-own homes? What's the best way to buy REOs? Are you relocating? Thinking of moving up? Those types of ads stand up. Now take a look at this page for a moment, please. This slide. This is a typical page on Craigslist. And I call it rifle versus shotgun advertising. Rifle advertising is like the old-fashioned newspaper advertising. Remember back when we used to do newspaper ads? Maybe some of you still do. I don't know why, but if you're old-fashioned newspaper ads, it was always you advertise the price and the location, and that was what you did with newspaper ads. Don't do that for your internet marketing. You want, and that's what I call rifle advertising. And here's 3 examples. Here's a typical page of Craigslist. This ad says, Redondo Beach front, $550,000, $750,000, Ocean View property. Now, if I'm not interested in Ocean View property in Redondo Beach, and I'm a buyer, scrolling down the page, guess what? I'm not going to click on that link, am I? I have to be interested in Redondo Beach, oceanfront property, to click on that. Here's the next ad. $180,000, 2-bedroom, 964 square feet. Stevenson Ranch homes, starting at $180K, Stevenson Ranch, Santa Clarita. If I'm not interested in Santa Clarita property, I'm not going to click on that link, am I? But if you're the smart agent that I know you are and you're using my system, you're going to use shotgun advertising. You're going to make your subject as broad as possible to interest as many home buyers as possible. So subjects like, what's the housing market like? Foreclosure bargains. Property investment for beginners. Giant questions are going to get a giant response. First-time home buying help. Get list of rent-to-own homes. Follow me, guys? Yes. You don't have to do uppercase. You don't have to do free. Just ask questions and have generic, broad subjects. Okay? All right. 15. We're always running out saying, hey, put in 15 minutes a day. Just 15 minutes a day doing your Craigslist, because you can copy, paste, and post. Copy, paste, and post.
That's all it takes.
That's all it is. Copy, paste, and post. If you post 15 ads on Craigslist, do a test with yourself. Say, okay, Frank said some interesting things, and I've got his system, so let's try this Craigslist stuff. And I'll do this for 15 minutes. Just make a 30-day commitment to post 15 ads daily. Post 15 ads on Craigslist in 15 minutes. Repost them. And by the way, after the week expires, you can just click repost. Now it's not even 60 seconds. It's 2 seconds. Repost, 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 repost. Okay? It becomes easier and easier as you do it. Approximately 65,000 home buyers and sellers and renters daily visit Craigslist from the combined LA County and Orange County Inland Empire. So your ad runs for 7 days. If you multiply 7 times, 65,000 home buyers. Potentially, your ad can be seen by almost 500,000 prospects, and it's free. Craigslist is free. What could be better than that? All right? Now, talking about results, some of you may know George Newberry. He's with the Prudential, as you know, this is the Prudential California Realty Training Center, and George is a well-known agent at the Prudential office in Bixby Knolls. He's been my member now for almost a year. Let's listen to this video from George.
Prudential California Realty, the Bixby Knolls office. I've been doing short sales for about 2 years. In a week and a half, I have had 4 leads. This is the simplest website I have ever seen. And I'm somebody with some software experience. Before I came to real estate, I was in the Air Force. I retired as a lieutenant colonel. As the senior software engineer for the Air Force, I was also the DoD representative to the International Standards Organization for software, writing a lot of software standards. What that means is I've seen a lot of systems, and I have never, ever seen one this simple. Anyone if you have no experience at all, you can set this site up very easily within probably a half hour, and it works. I have 4 leads where I had a site before that cost me $100 a month and never got 1 lead. I recommend this site highly. It is great. It's easy to use, and again, it works.
Okay, questions on Craigslist. And I only need like another 5 minutes and we're done. And then I'll help you individually. Questions on Craigslist. Anybody? Questions on Craigslist?
When the post expire, will you get an email notification?
No, you don't get any of that from Craigslist. You just, when you're on daily, and you should be prospecting daily, you're going to see that your ads that you posted a week ago, it'll say in your admin on Craigslist, expired. It'll show expired when it expires. Okay, good question. Questions on Craigslist?
Another question.
Yes, sure.
The numbers, like if you sign up for 3 different accounts, can you use the 800 numbers?
That's a good question. I don't see why not, as long as it rings. Yeah, what Craigslist will do when you register for your account, the last step is they call you. So as long as you pick up and say hello, it will give you a 4 or 5 digit number. That's your authentication code. And you just type it in, and that activates your account with Craigslist. So the answer is yes. As long as you pick up the phone and say hello, it'll be a computer voice giving you the 4 or 5 digits. Okay.
Yeah, you said it expires, so you have to read through the entire system over.
No, that's the beauty thing about, you're talking about the ads expiring.
Yeah.
Now, there's a link there. Just trust me. Just says repost. You just click on it. Bing, repost. Now let's just dive into Facebook. As I said, only 5-6 more minutes and I'll